Well, hello, traders and investors. Welcome to the stream. I didn't quite get here on time. I already got cuffed it there for that last 30 seconds, 1 minute. I saw that comment said. But guys, look, it's a market that's in turmoil. Is it real turmoil yet? No. Are we in the sideways action? Absolutely. Could we see the beginning of some bearish action today? Yes, if we get through these mighty 20 moving averages. As we talked about yesterday, there was some good levels. They ended up being very good if you were trading the Nasdaq. Actually, some good scalps there. And today, even the fake market futures before the market opened, we saw a resistance get hit. We'll be discussing that. So, without further ado, let's get into some of the market analysis. And I want to start off here with something that's in the private communities. Obviously, we become day trader tier. Yes, the paywall, unfortunately, but you got to pay the bills, guys. So we have here the heat map stuff, and basically, this is all now available for the members in the private community. You guys can manually request this data along with a whole bunch of other data in there. Open interest by strike. I mean, someone's requested this for whatever it is. SE, and you can get all the heat maps, seasonality, etc. The good thing about this type of data, and I want to start showing this on the stream, is we're going to start bringing together seasonality, actionable data there, heat map data, obviously big trades that are coming through, dark pool data, all this type of stuff that you guys probably don't know how to interpret correctly, because you can get all sorts of information now relatively cheaply. Whereas years ago, when I first started, believe me when I say it was you go buy a Bloomberg terminal and you pay us 3,000 Australian dollars. Okay, that's how much it was. And I had Bloomberg terminal for a long time, and it was a ripoff, guys. I got to say, there was so much information flowing through it that you almost would go blind with how much there was. Anyway, let's think about what's happening here. Is this really helping us right now? Well, SPY flow heat maps may not help us too much, though you can start to see a bit of a reoccurring theme here, and that is that there's a lot of puts all over September. You got puts here, and you got puts, of course, at the 435 on the SPY. This is the SP 500. We'll continue to watch this. We'll continue to check it out. Another thing that I wanted to just bring in is seasonality, and it's not unusual for Amazon to have a little bit of a weaker August period into a stronger September, and of course November, around the time that they generally start to see that Black Friday, Thanksgiving kind of events. Remember, usually in the news, you have like Black Friday, biggest sales day ever, and that tends to have that run into the stock. So seasonality can play a good amount of I guess you would say like analysis into your TA. If you're seeing a breakout on the technical analysis, let's say you see a lightning bolt trade, you're in November, you're trading Amazon, and you see that thing break through the peak, that could be an opportunity. Absolutely. A stronger opportunity than normal. And if you've got a strong thing like almost 80% of the time Amazon is bullish over that month, then yeah, why not play the statistical games as well? Without further ado, let's get into the technical analysis here. We'll start off with the US 100 and the fake market futures and how they're all trading. We'll go down to the 1 hour chart here just to get an understanding of some key levels. So we've got 15,000 kind of 30, 26 area, previous resistance over the fake market futures. It became resistance again before. We've got a little bit of support here, which is around that 14,985. If we close below that, you would think that that will trigger further selling. Further selling goes to 14,960 for scalpers. And then if it gets through that, back down to the 14,920. Of course, today is FOMC meeting minutes. That will get started, I believe. Let me just quickly check in ET time. FOMC meeting minutes, 2 p.m. New York time, for anyone that doesn't know. 2 p.m. New York time, FOMC meeting minutes. Might get some chop into that, might even get some selling into that type of event. And then if that stabilizes the market for whatever reason, that would be cool. Watch the daily close today, guys. Very important. Are we going to go bullish or bearish? Really depends on whether we get below certain support levels. That's going to be the big thing. So if you guys enjoy, like if you want me to start looking at heat maps, seasonality, bringing together the big data, bring together the hottest stocks, the hottest kind of things being discussed on the markets right now and discussed through the socials, we can do that. Even in the community as well. This thing really does it all, guys. You can even put in here. Actually, I pulled the data just before. Where are we? Someone's gone crazy on it. Too many people getting stuff. Here we go. So this is actually the biggest discussion on Twitter today, and these are the stocks that people are discussing. So we've got Ethereum right now is number one. Then we've got Apple, Tesla, AXS, Sol, Matic, Luna, Cake, Doge, BTC, etc. So you really can see what the interest level is here on the Twitter chatter. And then you can even pull the Twitter chatter or the Wall Street Bets chatter as well. And you'll notice that SPY has become number one. Now, what I would always like to do, if I saw that data straight away, I'd be all over Wall Street Bets. And in fact, I was over there before looking at memes. I couldn't help myself. I might show the community the meme in a second. I thought it was way too funny. But SPY here, if they're all buying calls and they're like, buy the dip, guys, buy the dip, that gives us a good representation of the general kind of retail herd at the moment. If they're all buying tons of puts, then it's probably not going to crash, because if everyone on Wall Street Bets is buying puts, that's usually a good representation of, again, the mentality in the market at this stage. So, yeah, right now, the Twitter chat is more about the Ethereum and the Tesla and the Apple, and the Wall Street Bets chat is all about the CLOV, the AMC, the SPY, the GME, and the usual kind of suspects here. Apple well down the list. Very different how it's so different. You can pull the data from all of those right there. Might as well show you guys now that I've mentioned the meme. Let me just bring this up from Wall Street. I love Wall Street Bets sometimes. Too funny. Let me click this. It's pretty good. I'll bring this up for a second here. Oh, we don't want volume. Oh, I got volume. Yes. Here we go. Is this someone's portfolio right now? Look, you're coming back, guys. This is Baba. It's coming back. Dead cat bounce. Oh, no. Oh, dead cat bounce. Yeah, they got me. Every time that gets me, those type of ones. So we'll go back over here to the stocks and what's happening. US 100 again, look to the daily 20. That's going to be the key point for us. Will you want to use the fake market futures? No. Move over to something like QQQ or NDX. Look for the closure below these wicks as a signal that the bearishness is starting to really play out. If you're looking for big bull, the big bull really doesn't return, in my opinion, until we get past 369.50, 370 level on the QQQ or the relevant Nasdaq zone. I just don't feel like this is a great time to be heavily either way. If you're still in longs and you've got cash on the sidelines, maybe worthwhile thinking about what your next play is. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do, but yeah, it's right around that zone where it's tough to tell exactly the range that it's going to go to next. We've got US 500 again, daily 20 held up. You'll notice here, daily 20, daily 20. Same story as per usual. It's been good buying off those areas. Congrats to anyone that got them yesterday. And the Dow as well, daily 20, daily 20. Another thing I want to discuss quickly, US 10-year. Double rejection now. So we've got a pin bar rejection, no current follow through. The follow through is the key here, guys. It's not good enough just to reject. We need follow through action. A pin bar by itself is just nowhere near as strong as something like a follow through with that. So we want to get a closure above this, ideally on a significant time frame, and that should lead to further bullishness the next day for the US 10-year. Again, if US 10-year goes up, I'll let the chat figure this out. What happens to the Nasdaq if US 10-year tends to go up? What happens to the Nasdaq? Britsu says that video is part of my portfolio. And then Blaze Nape says, love this pre-market show. Great to have you here, Blaze Nape. Glad that you're enjoying it so much. Darth City says, private members think they're so brain, but we will breach their paywall. You know, Sid, I do have a 7-day free trial for you, Sid. You can go to fxevolution.com and check out that 7-day free trial. Come on, man. Why not come in for a little while? You can leave after, but you might as well come in. Come and visit us. Come and visit us, Sid. All right, let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla, people, come on. Who said this was going up? Where is this comment? Let me find this comment. Hello? Someone there said that Tesla was going up, was pumping hard. 0.83% is not pumping hard. That is not pumping hard, guys. Look, Tesla's an interesting one because if you actually pull the options data on it, there's actually net negative puts all over 700. So 700 actually is going to expire potentially, with put value in it. So there's a lot of puts sitting here on the 700 that I pulled. How do I feel about this? It's at the level where you expect it to buy. You've got previous resistances. You've obviously held just barely with above the 200. But if you like buying the dip, I mean, this is the right kind of zone for the traders to come back into the buy side. And you can see why. Buy off this 200. You may say, oh, but Tom, it got underneath here. Yes, but it gapped underneath and bull closed. Then the bearish candle held. Long leg doji, decision made. That was a great day of trade. Specifically, the next day is a very strong day trading. That's a good one. That's a good one. I would like to be on that train. And then we've got another rejection. What I'd be looking for if I was Tesla trader today and I was thinking, I want to fill that gap or something like this, is I'd be scrolling down into the smaller time frames and I'd actually be looking probably at it having to get through here. Now, it's already touched the top and the bottom, really. But if it does do this, then you think it actually rallies a bit further and goes back up to the 700. At the same time, you'll have to see the Nasdaq coming through with the goods. It's very tough trading here in the old Tesla at this stage. $77 coming in with the $4 super sticker. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it, man. And then he wants us to have a look at the Piton. Let's have a look at the Piton for him. Piton. Okay, let's go to the weekly. So Peloton's been selling off, and then yesterday actually had a 2.95% day off the support. Let's go to the daily. Long leg doji, decision made. Might as well pull the data for you on it, man. So let's just quickly go down here for a second. And all right, let's just quickly grab this Piton. Okay. So if we're thinking about where there's a lot of puts, so decent amount of puts expiring around that 109. Quite a lot of puts coming up on the 110. Little bit of calls here above that. A lot of puts there, actually. Strange. So it's a big base, you would think, long term here. That's a very long term time away on the 110. And 115 strike, put negatives, and then negatives here, 17th and the 9th. So again, maybe some base there on Piton. Let's go back over here. So 115. So it's underneath that. Look, I like that. I like the long leg doji followed by decision made bullishness. That usually leads to the next day being bullish. Where's your resistance? Probably around the 115.67. There's also a lot of nasty puts around this level, which could form base. It's unlikely to get underneath there for now. Earnings coming up. So a bit of a rally into that earnings. We also want to understand what's been happening recently with earnings on this stock. So you have earnings here, and it seemed to rally off that. Was that right? Which I think that earnings day, was that the earnings day or was that the earnings day? I can't remember. It had all those scandals coming out about it. How about over here? Earnings seems to be okay. Bad earnings. Good earnings. Did it rally into those earnings? Yes. Did it rally into those earnings? Did a few days before? Yes. Over here, did not. So, and over here, a little bit of rally actually. So it does tend to rally into the earnings result, at least statistically. If you went through and actually picked those through, I would say yes, it does rally enough. That's a long leg doji, bullish close, 2050 up here at the 115.76. That would be the target. 2 hour. Yeah, something around there, I feel, Sid. And Sand Dollar. And if it gets above there, then that's good as well. That would be the target, though, if I had it. Good luck, sir. And thank you very much for the donation. Franklin Matthew says, Tom loves the Doge. Well, I don't know if I love the Doge that much. You guys know I hate the Doge, but the Doge is getting some love at this stage. The whole crypto market, though, a little bit of pullbacks recent days. Went up to what, 35? Yeah, 35. Let's go to the weekly here for the Doge. Decent rally, pulled back. I don't like TAing Doge. I feel like it's just all hype train. It did come back to, I guess, a point that you would think it comes back to, somewhere around in this range between 26.6 and these highs here, which is 27.8. Somewhere in there is where I expect buyers to come back in. But more importantly, just with the crypto market, I kind of still feel weakness here. I would like the crypto market like Bitcoin, etc., to come down and hit the 20 moving average and maybe even get down to 42.5. I feel like there's a lot of buyers around here. That's going to be a very interesting level. And we might want to also have a look at BTC shorts right now. If we bring up BTC shorts on the Bitphoenix, has that increased? No increasing. So still just completely buying across the board going on from the whales. Remember, when the whales come out to play, they don't lose, guys. They didn't lose. Someone on Twitter said to me, Tom, the whales, sometimes they're going to lose, blah, blah, blah. They didn't lose each one of these times that they pushed this through. But now that we've seen this rally come through and they have not had a nice short increase on it. So that's still not happening, which is good signs for the bullishness overall for the market here in Ethereum, in Bitcoin. I'd be looking for a closer, like a movement down on Ethereum as well, ideally around that 2850 to 2900 zone. Little long leg doji forming at this stage. If it closed like this, perfect. If we get a bullish close, then it's back on. Let's go back to the highs, if not new all-time highs. I'm excited for the crypto world. It's pretty good. I am excited for the crypto world. Path says, is coin going down? Well, coin will go down with crypto and go up with crypto. So currently, long leg doji underneath. Bad close. This was the key zone. In fact, it hasn't had one green close since its initial rally after earnings. You guys know what I feel about coin. It's an IPO, and I'll say this again. I'll go full screen. Let me say this. Don't buy IPOs for 12 to 18 months that are anything related with tech in the US market. My opinion only. Okay? Now, if you get in early and you're an early adopter of a Robinhood, you're an early adopter of Airbnb, and you're a before IPO, sell on that first initial rally. It just never pays out, guys. Check Facebook, check Twitter, check this piece of crap, check everything else. You will find that IPOs in the US market that are related to tech get demolished after that, and you get punished. And that is not what you want. No. Franklin Matthews says, I'm looking at him weird. That's all right. That's all right. Stupid IPOs, guys. In Australia, different game. In America, I don't know what it is. Maybe the Piccolo sipping Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan peeps. Maybe they're just really good at getting incredible valuations from those IPOs, but they are disastrous. Check them all. They're all bad. You find me a good one. And don't say hood. Don't say hood. Look at this. Look at this hood. Crap. Okay. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Woo, the pump. And then the dump. And then I wonder, actually, I might have a look at Diddy in a second. But look at this thing. All the way back down. All the way back down. Let's check out Diddy. Where's Diddy? Is it even still on the exchange? Look at that. Crap. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Yeah. I don't like them, guys. Not a big fan of the old IPOs in America, unless you're in early, and then it's just like, it's so happy. You love that the IPO day when they hit that gong on the Nasdaq. You're just like, yes, come on, baby. By the end of the day, you're probably up 50%. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, let's keep going through a few of these stocks. Shizzy Wiznut says Hood should be less than $10. I have no idea what the fair valuation of Hood is at this stage, but I'll come back in 12 to 18 months and we'll take a look at it. We will take a look at it. Conscious Investing says you can't hate Doge if you like money. That's like saying you can't hate AMC if you like money, because they both do crazy pumps and then they do crazy dumps. TA on regen, please. It's flying last few days. Yes, I do love the regen TA. The boring boomer stonk has come good. Been some great TA on it too, man. So we obviously had that descending kind of channel here. We had the ascending one. We broke out above. Obviously, I was super bullish healthcare. Still am bullish healthcare. I believe healthcare is a investment more than anything else, though, over the next couple of years. The one thing people will always pay for, guys, is their health. You go ask an 80-year-old or a 70-year-old, hey, if I could cure your, cramps, if I could cure whatever else ridiculous, terrible things have happened to you, if I can cure those, will you give me half your wealth? And they'll say, okay, yes. Can I also be 10 years younger? and unfortunately, that is the truth. People would do it. So this kind of thing is a mid-cycle to late cycle type of investment. Regeneron coming good, had a really bad run there for a little period. And I specifically like this breakout. Great consolidation, great pickups off this previous kind of trend line that was coming through here. Love that trade. Big, look at that nasty, nasty Wall Street. God, they're absolutely nasty. They get that big rejection candle in. Everyone starts shorting. That's why you don't short stocks very often, guys. And then you get the big rebound off the earnings. Boom. Closure above leads to glorious booms. I really like it. I think that you're probably getting close to the level here. So what's this opening at? 663. So we're at the all-time high. I would expect usually a little bit of weakness to come off this zone. This is somewhere where, I guess, area where a lot of people would scale a certain percentage. And there's a couple of reasons you scale here. And I got asked this question today. And that was, hey, Tom, if you're like holding a stock or you're thinking about, take profit zones, how do you approach like these kind of key levels? Well, the reason why you would scale some off, and this is maybe big brain, but generally speaking, when you see a rally like this, even if it does go above this zone, what is highly likely to happen next? It's highly likely to pull back down to this zone. So it goes bullish close above, and then it pulls back down to this area. We see that rally, and then we move back up. So you, even if you miss it and you think, oh, you stupid idiot, why did I scale out here at the peak? Well, because generally speaking, it will come back and get a retest in, because that's the way Wall Street likes it. They love the conservative retest and they move through. And it all depends on the price action coming into that. If you have, it's sitting like this and then it breaks through, well, that's not going to play out, because I expect that to go ballistic. But if you have like this channel, big movement up, goes through, most likely it will pull back. It's a higher statistical chance. That's why you scale out a portion. And the reason why is because there's also a higher statistical chance it'll find resistance here and pull back a little bit. Good luck though, Regen, great stock, all good. Scott Morgan coming in with $5. Thank you very much. If you had to park 10K somewhere for 30 years, where would you put it and why? It's a good question. I'd probably put it in bio. A lot of it would be easy for people to say, oh, cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, but I don't know which one wins. I mean, if I was going to push it in crypto, I'd probably go with like a top 10 or something like that and buy the index of the cryptos. So I think I'd probably go bio. I'd probably go with gene editing, CRISPR style tech, that type of thing. And the reason why is I think that's one of the big parts of the future. AI is also a huge thing for me, but AI also is led by the big FANG stocks. So you're just not going to get that kind of return. So obviously not advice that I can give out. I'm not going to give any specific here, but I do think bio has, specifically in the CRISPR style, specifically in that type of thing, has a very big future in it. The reason why I think that is because, again, ultimately people will pay anything. We're already seeing some big, this is the future of many things to do with health. And I always see health as being one of those things that nothing's a sure bet, but it certainly is a good kind of level. You can't pick one stock, though, in that area. You don't know which one's going to win, so you got to take a basket of them. It has to be a basket. No one. If you take one, you get destroyed. But I don't think I'd go with crypto, even though most people on my survey that I did for the community said Bitcoin, Ethereum. Actually, what's the chat thing? Chat, give us it. 30 years, lock 10K in. What would be your pick? I'll go with the bio. Britsu said I would buy 3F. Yep, very fair. I gotta stick with the stock, hombres. We got to stick with the stocks. But yes, Ethereum and Bitcoin are certainly good picks based on the last 10 years. You would say they have the better percentages, but there's no slouching also in the gene CRISPR kind of stocks. You won't get the kind of big returns out of things like SPY or Tesla. Not SPY. Yeah, SPY, Tesla, Amazon, those types of ones. They're not going to give you more than a 2-3x. Not over 30 years, they'll give you more, of course, but yeah. I think it would be pretty tough. Tesla has big brain. Like Tesla could be 5x, 10x. It's possible. 30 years is a huge amount. Tyler Webb says TQQ. That ain't going to happen, bro. 30 years. Oh, Edred Lib says 30 years SPCE. Not that stock. Space, maybe. That stock? Hell no. Let me just quickly get over here. No. Not that one. But space is a technology idea. Absolutely. Anything but wheat. Yes. RK, Tesla, SPX, QQQ, artificial intelligence. Certainly a very strong pick there. Silver and weed, XRP, gold. Knock, knock, please. If you're right on this one, if you actually think, what is this XRP love, guys? No. I can't believe in XRP for 30 years. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Gold, uranium, shiny rocks. Yeah, I would take mineral samples. That would be pretty good. Some mineral samples like art to me. I love mineral samples, guys. Very cool. Is this streamer guy Mark Zuckerberg's? I went to China. They called me Mark Zuckerberg, but I'm pretty sure that was just like total randomness. So yeah, no. All right. If I was locked in for 30 years, never one stock, just buy the QQQ. Yes, you have to take a basket. A basket of something. Either a basket of an idea or a basket of a basket, which is, of course, the Nasdaq. Anyway, Regen, very cool. Very nice. Congratulations if you've been in that one. That's very not too bad at all. So we'll keep going through some stocks here. We're at half an hour or 29 minutes till the market open. The reason why it's a little bit slow is because we're really waiting to see what happens for these FOMC meeting minutes. We're also waiting to see whether we can get underneath. We can get underneath this key area, as in the 20 moving average on the Nasdaq. You'll notice a little bit of weakness now coming through from the futures. So that sell-off was there. I mean, I actually posted this in the community up here somewhere. I think it was in here. Can't remember. I think it was. Oh, yeah. So I just posted here. This is the key level. Obviously, you're looking for a little bit of short action here or a little bit of long action. Both scenarios are good. And if we get underneath this zone, I feel like further weakness is going to ensue. So definitely spots to watch throughout today's session. I'll just quickly check. I'll pull this off screen for a second, guys. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Thanks, Dave, if you're sending through stuff. All good. All good. All right. Let's keep going. So what other stocks? Well, firstly, also thank you for the 1,130 people out there. If you guys enjoy the content, please remember to hit that like button. It does help us out quite a lot. And subscribe as well. That also helps us out and does help support the channel. So we'll go through some. Let's go to Square first. Now, Square, I can tell you, I love the company. You guys know I've been a big fan. We've got the long leg doji coming in yesterday, seasonally weak over the next 2 months. I've talked a lot about 280 being the strike off for me. I want to get back in on the stock, but that Afterpay acquisition, while good, I want it into the earnings and I want to see implementation jack Give me some implementation, Jack. You don't seem to implement. I was on the TV the other day and we were having a chat off the television. And the other guy's like, do you reckon he'll implement? And we were just talking the whole time about whether he was actually going to get it done. So I hope that happens. And at this stage, I'm looking for it to go a bit more bearish before bullish. Long leg doji, you know how this plays out, guys. Closure below, further weakness down. I'd be looking for like a 240 here from square. Long leg doji, closure up, obviously resumption of the trend to 280 would be the next target here. So we'll keep watching that one. Go over to Apple long leg doji at the 150. Another one of the indecision candles. See how it's so important today, guys? Look at this. Ridiculous. The biggest stock in the market. Is it still the biggest stock? I'm not sure. Is Microsoft overtaken it? 2.483. Oh, easy clap. Don't worry about that. Okay, so here is the long leg doji. Again, indecision at the peak. We know there's calls all over this for Friday. It's like so many calls sitting at 150. So what will they choose to do? Again, closure below, back in to the 20, possibly even further weakness. Closure above. I think that's actually, very decent bull signal, because at this point you're talking about not being able to stop all the calls that are being put on Apple. We saw in that Twitter feed before, Apple is just getting hit up hard. Super amounts of buying going on there from the Twitter apostles. Amazon, still weak. I feel like this has got further weakness in it at this stage. I'm not buying Amazon at this point. I want it, although it's good and the stock has the future in it, I'm still seeing weakness here. This trend line got broken. Not sure exactly which level it goes down to, whether it's a 3,000 or a 29, but at these points, exactly 3,029, I'd be quite interested in Amazon towards the buy side. So will be worthwhile watching. You're looking for a closure underneath 32.13. Move over to Google. Google continues to show a little bit of strength here. Full weakness won't be seen until it gets through 26.88. Daily 20 continues to be a little bit of buy zone. Daily 20 has to be broken for the weakness to come back in and go to the 50, just like it did before. So remember, this daily 20, it goes across all the big stocks, the FANG stocks, everything. Daily 20 gets closed below, down we go. Get a new high, up we go. It's that simple. We've got very clean levels here. Snow, daily 20 as well, holding support for now. It's a good stock. In phase, we saw weakness. It came back down to the 160. I feel like that was a very good zone. We talked about it yesterday, 160. 200, it's been beaten down stock. This thing rallies like no other. It's up 1.41% here in the morning at 165. This could buck the trend. I feel like in phase could buck the trend. Let's have a look at the 1 hour chart. It's the right level of support. I'd go check the options market out on this. See where options are expiring. That would probably be worthwhile. 176 would be where I think we find further weakness if it does rally. Look for lightning bolts, smaller timeframes, etc. on this type of stock. That would be the way to do it. Hog Wide says, chart. Anyone know what charting tool is using? Oh, yeah, I'm using TradingView, man. TradingView. It's the best for charts. You can also click our link down in the description below to get TradingView for free. And then if you do end up buying the premium version, which I do think is worthwhile, then we get a small clip. I get like $2, guys. $2. So it doesn't come at any cost to you. You might as well do it. We've got Love Kumar coming in with Canadian $2. Says PCC of Microsoft on bar charts is at 0.1. Suggestions, please. Yeah, the amount of buy calls on Microsoft, the amount of trade was ridiculous yesterday. Like, it was the biggest. Microsoft was crazy. PCC, was very, very low. I feel like Microsoft will turn around. It's right around that $300. I just think it wanted to get there. It broke through the resistance. It wants to get to close to that 300, and then it will dip. We'll take a look at Microsoft and right now, actually. So 295, there was huge amounts of calls of buying coming into this yesterday. It was really, really stupid. Let's take the range. Is that fair? Might give it a bit more range. Yeah, I mean, it probably got to around the right area. What's that, 295? I would check the options, love. I would also say that the daily 20, if you're going to go bearish on it, you can't really do anything until it goes below the daily 20. This is one of the strongest stocks in the market right now. I probably would have just taken profit at 295 and be done with it from a trade perspective. Picked it up off this, 295'd it out, be done. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. ARC K continues to weaken here. ARC G continues to weaken right now. Beam, actually pretty strong. Beam's been doing really, really well. As I've said, there's lots of buying going on here. I'm not sure if it's Kathy Wood or if it's somebody else buying Beam. But if the market does fire around, I could see this thing exploding. It's very risky stock, though, guys. Very risky stock. Let's go over to some of the questions while we keep going through here. Subscription is not tax deduction unless you're a professional trader. Yeah, I don't. It depends on country. In Australia, some things can be, but you'd have to ask, of course, your accountant on that. Ruby says, how about Etsy? Etsy is a good one to take a look at. Let's have a look at Etsy here. So Etsy still stuck in the support resistance that we had before, filled that gap, came down. Interesting. Actually looking pretty decent. 4 hour. Oh. It's almost doing the lightning bolt. Long leg doji, bullish hammer, two good signals. You've obviously got rejection after going bullish. And then you've got just underneath. Probably today is really going to make or break this type of trade. All the moving averages on the 4 hour just behind it, which is good sign. And you're just looking for a closure above here to signal further bullish action from Etsy. Could be nice, worthwhile having on the charts. I'll bring Etsy on for the next couple of days and we'll see how it plays out. Again, maybe look at some of the options data on that one. But yeah, Etsy certainly looks, that's lightning bolt-ish at this stage. Mr. Murray coming in with 500 yen. I would buy coffee, but it's late. Let's start Friday beers again. Yeah, well, we've got Tyrone actually coming on this Friday, so that'll be good. We'll have a bit of banter here on the chat. Should be a good one. Thank you very much, Mr. Murray. Appreciate it. Dirk Sellis says mRNA, please. Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll do that now. 1,215 people. Thank you very much for joining us this morning for the stream and obviously looking into this market. For anyone that doesn't know, just a quick recap. FOMC coming out later on today. We've got FOMC meeting minutes, 2 p.m. New York time. That's the meeting minutes. And I'll just quickly show this to everybody here so you can see it. FOMC meeting minutes, 2 p.m. We expect the market to be sideways to slightly down into such an event. And then we'll get a true direction, let's hope, after that. Daily 20s on all the major indices. That's the 20 exponential moving average is what we're looking for. Mr. Murray, thank you very much again for that donation. Let's look at mRNA. Let's look at AMD. Let's look at Airbnb as well. So mRNA bounced heavily yesterday. Huge amount of calls at 400 for the Friday strike. I would expect or hope that it remains range bound for that reason. So this would be the general idea here would be that it kind of stays underneath this resistance until the Friday close, and then it might be allowed to actually pop through. This will be, I believe, where the bears are, though. The bears are going to be here. Profit takers will be around this zone. We detailed again also yesterday that the puts were all over this 360, 350 strike. So that was kind of causing a base. We also had resistance, became support. Smaller time frame, very nice lightning bolt, led to a good trade. So congrats if you're up here. If it closes above this zone, it's a bit of a free fall up to 440, you would think. 420 probably won't stop it. I feel like 440 is the next zone that's logical here for mRNA. Let's move over to AMD. AMD, sideways action incompletely, really. Still holding above, still doing its best. Does have a decent amount of bullish pressure on it. Let's go to the daily. Another kind of long leg doji style candle looking for a closure above for bullish action to resume. 112 being the real linchpin. If it gets past 112, you're talking about maybe even a double bottom here, which pushes back to the 120s. So there could be some great trades coming up on AMD. Watch that at the end of the close. That would be the key there for this one. We'll look at pins. I like pins level, but pins is tough because pins has the puts right here. Again, big puts right around here, right around $50, 45s as well. There's pin stuff. We're at the support. You're kind of catching a falling knife at this stage. You are correct that this is a zone. It is a support. From a trading perspective, what you're looking for is a bullish sign. Notice how you get here. Long leg doji, no bullish closure above, falls off, finds weakness, sells off again. Long leg doji, no bullish closure above, weakens. Long leg doji, no bullish closure above, weakens. So at this point, you didn't even get a bullish closure above here with a small rejection. I want to see price action, guys. Price action from pins. Lightning bolt, double bottom, accumulation into a closure breakout, long leg doji, which actually has a bullish close above it. Let's see some action here from pins. We're not currently seeing it. Even the volume sucks. Look at that volume. It's terrible. There's no accumulation. I want to see volume accumulation coming through. Let's have a look at the daily. Still very low. It's gone back right back down to very low levels. If you get another bullish close, let's say we go down again and then bullish close like this, and then we have follow through the next day. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Andy Pandy, knock 50. Thank you very much. Can you make sense of task for me? Saw the bullishness at the 30, but told myself don't buy because you are not an idiot. I guess I was. Ooh. Is this one of those harsh learning experiences? Let's have a look. $30 you bought, which is good. Saw the bullishness. Don't buy because you're not an idiot. So why would you be an idiot to buy here? Tell me this. What's wrong with this, sir? There was pretty good trade here, man. I mean, if you didn't buy this, 32 was also a very good trade. Nothing wrong with the 32. Or are you saying because it hasn't been in for long enough? I mean, yes, it's not my rule book of I don't like this thing because it hasn't been on the market long enough. That might be something you're looking at here. But from a perspective of trades, you've got a longer term lightning bolt that closes here very aggressively. That's a very, very good signal to the long on anything you're really looking at. You've got a bullish hammer here that has a long leg doji that has follow through, which is again a very good signal to buy. And you've got a rejection wick that comes back up and ends up closing around this level. That's not really a great signal to buy or anything like that. But I like this as a trigger, this candle here, and I specifically like this as a trigger. They're both good triggers. So there's nothing wrong with this trade other than for me, it hasn't been on the market long enough. And that just depends on whether you want to do that or not. Maybe you know something about this, Andy Pandy. Then we got Hog Wired, $5. Can you give a quick look at the TGGI chart opportunities? Absolutely. Trans Global Group. All right, let's check that out. Trans Global Group. First up, we want to check the weekly. Okay, so it came out of nowhere last year. I have no idea why it suddenly became worth a lot. That would be a fundamental question for you. Weekly is rejected recently. You've got kind of a strong sense of, the closure bull here, exact same level, rejection. Okay, so we're getting a bit of an idea of the land. Daily is not going to tell us much. Let's go 4 hour. 4 hours not going to tell us much. 2 hour. Fairly tough to read. Weakness twice off this zone. So that once you get above there, you should be able to get back into these highs. So I guess you're looking for a closure bullish on that 0.0045. I always say with these penny stocks, this is obviously a smaller one. It's only 25.17 million. It must be a retail trade that comes out of some form of, Wall Street bets or something like that. If that is true, the market capitalization for this, I wouldn't TA it personally. I would only be looking at hype, stock twits, Wall Street bets, hype equity, whatever else you're looking at, Twitters, etc. If people are discussing it, that's good for the stock. But reading it from a TA perspective, I just don't feel like this is the key zone. Yeah, I just don't feel like this is the key zone. 0.0045 resistances across the board. I'm sorry, I do feel like this is the key zone, but I wouldn't just trade it technically. Closure above here should signal back to that 0.06. Unfortunately, it's not that easy, man. It's not that easy. And we've got another one coming in from Joseph to Salsa, $4.99 with a picture of Steve Irwin, it looks like. Thoughts on Jumia? All right, let's check that one out. Why do we keep getting that? This TGGI. Can anyone let me know what community that's part of? It must be some pumpy dumpy kind of thing. Wow, get the knives in the chat, Joseph. We're getting the knives in the chat. What is this? Why is this dying so much? Wow, it is really sick. Ooh, earnings has come out. It's gone. It's on support of the previous low, $18. It's finding a little bit of buying pre-market. Oh, man, it's just so tough to buy this. Look at that. Oh, no. It's like going down with the sinking ship. I learned many years ago, never buy the sinking ship unless you really believe in your fundamentals. This is a fundamental play. How long has it been on the market for? A little while. It suffered from the typical American market problems. Woohoo! And it's bad. 18 months later, yay! It's good again, and now it's bad. Yeah, I don't really like this. My thoughts are you need structure. Structure. How do you form structure? You actually get some kind of accumulation base, and then you see it move through. Have we been getting any types of increased volume? Yes, after the earnings, increased volume has occurred. I'd like to see that stay consistent. I'd like to see it form a base here, move up, at least a lightning bolt. This has never shown you a lightning bolt all the way through this failing market. So get a lightning bolt, get some type of accumulation, and that will work out much better for you than this. Got a few people questioning. We got here, Slobodan says Jumia is actually a good buy. It's from a fundamental perspective only, Slobodan. From a TA perspective, it's just on the support. That is a very bad looking chart. So it's all about, you buy here, you believe in the fundamentals. You may have to wait till next earnings or till a hype kind of train comes back in on it. That's your issue. How long are you going to be stuck there in this particular stock getting stuffed around for? Koifin, yes, it is a very good website. Definitely Koifin is one of my recommendations for free things if you want some tools. There are a few others as well. GMIA is African Amazon. Okay. What about Moderna today, guys? Are you hyped? Why is everyone so excited about Moderna today? Can anyone explain to me why? I mean, I just see a lot of calls at 400. Huge amounts of calls. Interesting. Everyone is so hyped. I'm not going either way on Moderna, but yesterday was a good buy for sure. Today needs to get closure above 400, and then, yeah, it could start a rally. Needs to be closed above 400, though, is the key. All right, let's do rapid fire here. We'll move over. We've got 8 minutes till the market comes through. We'll keep going through these stocks. So we're up to Edit. Edit continues to hold that roll reversal pretty well. Maybe it's loose lips. I don't know. They've got an announcement coming soon. CRISPR still dying. This stock, I think, is being exposed for not having the best CRISPR technology at this stage. Is on support, looking for a turnaround here. I would like lightning bolt, etc. at this zone. I'm not going to do anything else about that. No real huge volume coming in on the trades either the last couple of days. SPLK certainly looks all right. It's got that longer term inverse head and shoulders possibility. I'm looking for it to get above 143. And wait, what was this price? Sorry, 149, 150. Above 150, I'm really interested in SPLK. I've got alerts set there. Why wouldn't you? It's a great level. Similar to the other stocks that all just hold in the daily 20s. CRM still remains boring. I guess you're just stuck in the middle of nowhere land there, looking for a 253 breakout close. Disney stuck in the middle of nowhere land. Daily 200. If you like Disney, it's right around that kind of middle support area. I don't find it very interesting at this stage unless it's for investment. QCOM right at support. Hopefully that turns today. Bit unfortunate. It had a bit of a sell-off yesterday, 2.51%. I do not want it underneath this price, guys. QCOM under this price, no good. TDOC remains in the support zone. So this did buy after selling off. TDOC's getting damn cheap. It's getting damn cheap. But again, there is no technical reason to be buying it just yet from a perspective other than the heavy support zone. You want big volume, you want lightning bolt, you want a reason to be in that thing. But TDOC is cheap on a PS ratio. Baba on the bottom of our trend line, but guys, I'm not touching these things right now. Big volume trade came in yesterday. It's too scary. There's too much geopolitical stuff here on a lot of these stocks. If you're looking at the long term, maybe they'll work out for you. But just to give you an idea, look at Baidu, 141. Let's go to a weekly. 141. This is a 2011 price. That's like saying you're getting a 2011 price on Google. That's crazy. But this just shows you the dire straits of the market at this stage. We haven't seen that turnaround. JD also down quite a lot. Snap continues to kind of show weakness here. 71.60. I'm looking for it still around that $70 mark for the long side. TWLO continues to weaken. I feel like this is still going to keep weakening. Let's go down to the daily here. Oh, it hit the zone, the first zone we liked. So this is the first zone we liked. Second zone we like from the buy side is around this level, 310-ish. So if it gets through 340 and closes below this wick, I could see it very easily getting to 310. Watch this stock, key level currently. You need follow through momentum. I want that thing above here today. Above, not below. And then that could be a very interesting one, Twilio, worth watching. NVIDIA, all about the earnings. That's today, I believe. Where's my earnings? After the close today, NVIDIA. Ooh, will it be good? Cisco, another one to watch there. Cisco, another one to watch. Keep going down. We've done pins. Roku, still right around that support line. Notice we didn't get the follow through action. So we have a rejection. Previous resistances becoming support. We've got the rejection candle. Then we have no follow through action yesterday. I'm looking for follow through, guys, to begin the Roku train back up to 393, 400 price. So Roku, it's on support. We don't have the signal yet. It's all about waiting for confirmation. Are you picking a correct area? Yes. It's daily 200. It's previous resistance becoming support. Does that mean it's the best thing to buy? Wait for the follow through. It usually helps you out a little bit. KO still looking good. This is Coke looking for 57.50 closure above. Other ones that were looking interesting yesterday, AMC, very interesting. Finally back in AMC. Look at this. This is looking good. Double bottom potential here. Closure yesterday was okay. I think that was actually not too bad at all. Daily closure looked good. Double bottom potential. Let's go to the 1 hour just to see that a little bit more. There's the double bottom. There's the closure above. Oh, what are you AMC fanboys and fangirls thinking about here? I mean, 40 seems pretty likely. Above that, though, I know there was a lot of discussion, something about someone bought AMC, bought quite a lot of it. Yeah, interesting. Long leg doji weekly, bullish close above would be very sweet. That will put that kind of solidify this weekly 20 as being a good one. Plus, this can do something when the market is not doing it. We're 2 minutes off the market open here. Is there anything else that we like? Spotify still too low. It actually closed below. That sucks. Unity, waiting for this to pull back to 113. Hasn't done it yet. NVAX looks pretty good on the charts. Go to the daily. Pretty strong kind of movement there off this previous resistance. I don't mind the NVAX chart. There is some options here. Ben says DXY definitely not dead if it breaks 93.20. Absolutely. That's a very, very key zone for it here. That is a very, very key zone. Just quickly scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't believe I did. Oh, I think I got Scott Morgan's here. $5 XBI on the daily. All right, man. Let's do this. We've got 1 minute till the market opens. Starting in April, would you call that a double top, double bottom, or just a range? Starting in April. On the daily, you reckon? Okay. I wouldn't call it anything in particular. April. I just call this a range overall. I think you're basically saying here to here. That's a channel, man. Channel. 2 touches both sides. That's a channel. Good channel. Break above 129.90. Great level to have on your long-term alerts. Look at that. Beautiful level. If it closed above. That would be so sweet. All right, guys, here we go. We've got the market opening at this stage. We've got the US 100 coming in with weakness, 0.01 down. That's how exciting the ding was today. Literally, the market's opened and it has barely moved. So we've come in from a 0.3% up pre-market in the European session. We actually had 0.3% up. Nasdaq, now it's weakening. You can see here the resistance. That was not a bad little trade coming off that level. Weakness here early, looking for maybe some buyers around this zone, which is what, that 14,950. If it does close below here on the 5-minute or 1-minute chart or whatever, 5-minute preferably. Then we got weakness down to this zone, and then the next support level will be around 14.9. Where you're looking, if you're a big bull today, where it gets exciting is going to be above this area here. So we'll move over now to the NDX so you can see that level. We're looking for it to close above 15,005. However, I would actually want to see it above 15,020. 15,020 would be the key zone for me. Where is this? 20. About there. So we'll see how this plays out. Up 0.12. Go over to the Webull screener. Let's bring this up for you guys. See the percentage changes of all the stocks. So we've got Lowe's 3.94% up. That was down heavily yesterday. We've got Moderna coming through $400 early here. Let's see if we can get a closure above that $400 strike on a significant time frame. That's a big initial gain. Check the calls. Check the hype equity. Everybody is probably in on this thing from a retail side. So you've just got to see if it closes above, go check stock tweets, go check everything. See whether the comment section is going wild. Because remember, retail were going nuts on buying calls on this stock. This is one of their favorites to get in on. Tesla up 1.31, DocuSign, Alibaba up slightly. And it looks like a bunch of the stocks that are down are actually mostly Dow stocks and kind of the more boomery kind of stocks here. We'll scroll through all of these areas. We've got Square down, up 0.62, Apple barely up 0.31, Snowflake up 1.48. That's good. Enphase up 0.87. Nice. Microsoft down slightly. Edit down 1.1. What other things to note? Baidu and the Baba only up 0.12. Baidu up 1.1. And then NVAX up 1.16 and AMC up 2.62. Yeah, I could see why AMC is up. There could be a bit of a rally there on that one. But again, that's all about hype equity. We got to go follow those types of things. Is gold looking weak? Yeah, so gold, I'll just quickly bring that up. I've got some good targets on, or good areas on gold. I feel like 1780 is a really important zone. At that point, you'll be putting in a peak, a trough, a lower peak, and a lower trough. Your next target, 1772, and then, of course, around this 17 1760 level. 1760 level. So there could be some nice trading on gold. Don't use that particular code. I would suggest you use something like this one so you get a bit cleaner. There you go, much cleaner. So yeah, 1780 is the key support resistance for the day. You've got previous resistance becomes support. You're looking for a closure below this zone, 1772 and 1765. From the weak side, from the bull side, you need a closure above here. Until it gets above here, I don't think it can go really strong bullish. And remember, dollar index is something else you're going to be wanting to watch with it. So early here in the market, we're up 0.12% on the US 100, trading at 14,995. It did initially rally there and then start pulling back. Notice over here, looking for a closure underneath 14,987, something like that on a significant time frame, 5 minute, 15 minute, for further weakness to ensue. FOMC 2 p.m. ET today. Truly Messiah says market is going nowhere. And then Truly Messiah says gold is just lame, as confused as the DXY. Well, the DXY may not be confused soon. We just need it above this 93.20. 93.20, 93.20. Let's get above that. Timmy. I don't know who Timmy is, but I will read this for you. What do you think about Michael Burry's recent move? Is he right this time? Is Michael Burry he hasn't been right for quite a few times, it seems. Look, Michael Burry's often early to things. I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to say, he's probably trying to be right on the seasonal. Maybe he feels the rest of the market's going down because he's attacking Cathie Wood, yeah? I would not, I mean, chat, who are you going to pick? Let's see what the chat picks. Michael Burry or Cathie Wood? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Which one do you pick? I know what I'd pick, but what would you pick? Michael Burry or Cathie Wood? Which one? Pick them now, and then I'll give you my opinion on it. Solid snake, Cathie Burry. Absolutely, Cathie Burry. Square up 1.68. Long leg doji. Let's have a look at the day. Oh, imagine if it closed like that, guys, today. Well, we couldn't deny its bullish presence if that occurred. We'll see. And then Joseph comes in here while we're waiting for everyone's response. Joseph DeSalsa says $4.99. Also, one of your thoughts on SoFi, good long-term investment. Let's have a look. I'm not sure about long-term investment because I can't speak on it. I really can't speak on it from a long-term investment. It's not my kind of game, but there again, I don't understand this maybe as much as you do. It's just not my kind of thing. It's a SPAC. And you know what I feel about SPACs? Dodgy. Most of them. Look, it's underneath the previous support. This is the first time it's actually daily closed under there, which has me a little bit worried about it. It's up today on the session. I don't really like the fact it's underneath this zone. Could maybe it weakens a little bit more. Is it good long term? It's getting close to the base. You would think in the next $2 to $3, you'd be finding the base. Huge volume as well. Actually, consistent huge volume recently, which shows someone's buying it. Someone's buying it heavily. For me, not my kind of thing. I just don't. But I don't get it, and that's the problem. So I appreciate the donation, but yeah, I don't know much about this particular stock. I assume that's what you're talking about. Yeah, it's not crypto. Yeah, I don't like that at this stage. Good volume. I want it to base out and then you can get back in or get it back above the $15 target. So let's go over here to what most people think. So we've got here, Cathie has more experience than Michael. Michael buried, which I assume is there. And then we've got Chupa says Cathie equals bull, Burry equals bear. Technically, if you're a bear all of your life, you will lose against the bull. The bull will win against the other one. Blazing Ape became a new member. Thank you very much, Blazing Ape. I appreciate that. Barry, 15 minutes of fame. I picked Tom. Appreciate that, Low. Appreciate that. Look, I would probably go with Wood. I mean, I understand that people are down on Kathy Wood right now. Michael Burry definitely has some really good investment tactics, which I don't disagree with. But I feel like I kind of feel like Kathy Wood, maybe just my opinion, she might become a little bit too over optimistic on some of her stock picks. Like she's really going all in on certain things. There's certain things that I agree with her. Like her optimism is good, her idea of the economy is good, her understanding of what's been moving on has been good. But then she goes out and she buys coin on day one. I don't get that move. I do not get that move. That move completely just made me think I can't own her funds. From my perspective, I couldn't stand it. That move it tilts me so hard. You know what I mean, guys? Like, how can you buy coin day one and be a long-term investor? It makes no sense to buy it at that price. I don't understand. You should know that IPOs. Then she's consistently bought more of it. Now, I understand that if that's what she wants in her portfolio, but I feel like that's my big issue here with Kathy is that she's buying weird stuff like space stocks. I don't get that right now. In the future, sure, but right now it's tough. So I would still go with Kathy Wood. I prefer her optimism. I think she's more straightforward with what she's telling the market. Burry will be coming in with certain seasonals. He'll be right a lot of the time as well. But long term, I'd have to go with her picks. I think they're multiple times better. That's just my opinion. Coin equals self-promotion. Yeah, probably right there, Pete. Yep. Hogwide says $5. Mine's to do one more look at TGGI now that the market is open. And by the way, this is a Twitter play with extremely bullish news. Oh, sweet. There you go. So it is the Twitterish play. So it's up here at 0.004. I mean, I don't really think there's much. Is this even open? It says pre-market still. Am I? Oh, it's OTC. What's the actual price on it, man? I have no idea. I have had this come up a few times though. You have to tell me what the price is. I don't have it here on this platform. 0.00545 though is the key zone. Close above that 0.0059, and then after that you're looking for the big pumpy. Ideally, you get into that kind of 0.008. Let's go over here. We'll see whether it's here. TGGI. Trend Global. I still don't have anything on this one either. So up 11 point. Oh, it's at 0.0045. Yeah, you're just looking for a closure above that. Significant time frame closure above this zone. It'd be very sweet. 1 hour. That's all you need. 1 hour above it should start more rallies. The buyers will come in. All the Twitters will go crazy. Remember, follow the Twitters. Follow the source of all that type of stuff. They are both right, says Richard Parker. Kathy long-term, Burr short-term. Yeah, I feel like, Kathy can't, like if you're a perma bull, you can't be wrong. You can't, how can you go and pick some pretty damn crap stocks to be bad long-term? But I just feel like she had such great picks and then she's gone crazy. I don't get the space. I don't get it. Not yet. She might know that as well, though. Who knows what really she's doing in the back. I mean, the coin thing could be in self-promotion. Did she actually buy, where's the, let me have a look here. Let me load up the old Kathy's ARC. See if she did what I suspected she would do yesterday. Let's go combined. If you guys want to know what she's usually buying, obviously you can find it here on kathysarc.com, free website. Let's go and load this up. August 16th. Okay. Huh. I would have suspected she was buying Roblox yesterday. So she's been really adding beam. Yeah, she's got a decent little holding there of that. Look, some of her picks I think are really good. I actually use her team a little bit to do analysis on certain stocks and then from the fundamental side. And if I like the way that they're coming and approaching the company, because I'm too lazy to do it myself, because they can go in pretty deep. And I then go and look at the technicals. And if I like them as well, hey, why not? Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good. Roblox was a good trade yesterday to the moon and back. Roblox was certainly on support yesterday. Yeah, 74 support. It gap filled like a champ. It gap filled like a champ. Retail picked that one up, didn't they? And everybody else, I'm assuming. It's even moving, trying to move forward through. This is a crazy kind of rally. I think picking it up at this price, you're certainly not playing a dangerous game when you know this is a serious game. You know, it's no joke. It's popular. It's on YouTube. Kids play it a lot. It's still relatively cheap off the rallies that it has done. Yeah, interesting stuff. All right, guys. Well, I'll leave you there today. Unfortunately, we don't have much that we can really cover through the start of this early session. As I said, FOMC minutes, 2 p.m. ET time. Be watching that. Daily close is going to be the key for the Bulls and the Bears today. We saw Apple with a long leg doji on it on the daily. We saw Square with a long leg doji on the daily. Decision. Let's hope we actually see a decision made because, it just sucks, guys. Like having no decision made, we just got so much indecision, so much lackluster results at this point. I just like it's basically just up, down, up, down, up, down. If you're not day trading or scalping within that range and you're trying to do swing right now, good luck to you. Swing has sucked the last kind of month. Oh, actually, not the last month, last 2 weeks. John Moore says SPCE is going to be 90% of traffic back and forth to the ISS. No deep space, but it will be the way of cheaper to go on from a plane to space. How much is that worth, though, John? How much is that worth? That's my main problem. I always think about it from how much profit can you make from these things? Let's have a look at SPCE to finish up here. I just don't believe it, guys. I don't believe it. I'll come back on the space trip in the future. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Have a great day, and I'll leave you with some pump music because why not? It's always a bit of fun. Let's do it now.